Welcome back to the Introduction to Conducting a Systematic Review workshop. This stage of the systematic review workshop focuses on the literature searching portion of the review. So once you have completed your review protocol, defining the scope and process of your review, you will need to create a comprehensive search strategy to gather all of the literature that will be included in your screening. The search process for systematic reviews needs to be a detailed and thorough process so that you will be able to um, report that you have found all of the available literature that could potentially meet your inclusion criteria. A systematic review search is very sensitive. It's designed to be a broad search that will pull in a lot of literature that will, upon screening, turn out to be irrelevant so that you are making sure to capture all of the potentially relevant literature as well. This means you need to do a thorough job of clearly identifying each of the concepts in your question that will be included in the search, identifying all of the potential search terms from consults with your topic experts, from consults with those with expertise in searching, and based on initial searches in the literature where you will turn up additional alternative terms that are used for those concepts in published studies. You will need to choose which databases, websites, or other information sources you're going to query in order to gather the literature, and then you'll construct a master search strategy and then subsequent strategies for each of those information sources. You'll want to do some informal validation of your search by checking other reviews on those concepts to see how they approach the search and make sure you're including all of the relevant aspects in your search, checking to see if relevant studies that you know about from your own expertise or from those initial searches are appearing in that search strategy in your search results. And then by asking your experts and your both in searching and in the concepts to peer review the search and make sure that the search looks comprehensive in terms of what search terms are included and also that there are no errors in your search syntax. You will then want to clearly document the search strategy in its entirety, all the terms included, the syntax, how elements of the search are combined together, when you ran the search, in what databases, and how many results, so that you will have those records to include in appendices to your final review, as well as to refer back to if you need to update the search in the process of the review or have any questions about the number of records found in the searching as you go to write the manuscript. Once you've completed your searches, you export your search results to a citation manager to remove duplicate citations that will show up as you're querying those different information sources. The process of turning your research question into a literature search, again, uses your research question framework like PICO or others to make sure that you have identified each of the important concepts for your review and then goes through different iterations of the search as you identify synonyms, alternative phrasings, alternative spellings, and other variants of that initial term to make sure that your search is fully comprehensive. It really depends where to search on your review itself. So you'll want to think about your review topic, inclusion criteria, and limits as you decide which information sources are going to be the most important for your review and which will be essential to make sure that you don't miss out on any relevant literature. You'll want to think about which experts are publishing on the topic, where that literature is located, and the types of literature you will include in the review. So for instance, do you want to include open web searches that will help you gather gray literature, such as clinical trials that have not yet been published in journal articles or will never be published in articles because they were canceled or abandoned. Do you want to pull in literature from places like Google Scholar that might include white papers or other literature that isn't going to be in article databases? In the article databases themselves, do you want to search databases that include literature such as conference abstracts, conference proceedings, dissertations, book chapters, and other literature other than journal articles? Or do you want to create a more narrow search that only is going to include journal articles and maybe only certain types of articles, such as excluding editorials or other non-original research? So these decisions should be included in your completed review protocol. And so as you go to design the search, you will want to design a search that reflects your inclusion criteria and limits as documented in the protocol. I've listed here some of the common databases and other sources that are used for health sciences reviews, but if you need assistance with determining which databases and other information sources should be used for your particular systematic review, you can get help with that from the Health Sciences Library. Additionally, beyond searching by creating a comprehensive search strategy, many reviews also include information found from what is called hand searching. This can mean contacting experts in the field to see if they have research data or gray literature that isn't going to be publicly available but would still be important to include. Once you've completed screening, going through your included studies and looking at their bibliographies to see if there are any studies there that are potentially relevant that didn't come up in your search strategy. And also looking at your included studies and seeing if anyone has cited those studies, again, for studies that did not come up in your search, or maybe that they have been cited very recently beyond the date of your search. Here are some recommended tools for comprehensive searching. All of these are designed to help with a PubMed search, which is generally for health sciences reviews, the first search strategy you create, and then it is adapted for searching other databases and information sources. So these may be useful to you as you're thinking about what will go into your search strategy in generating keywords and subject headings. And then the final reference here, polyglot, is used to translate the database search syntax from PubMed's format for other databases. Again, if you would like help with comprehensive searching or advice on creating a search strategy for a systematic review, we recommend you contact the expert searchers at the UNC Health Sciences Library. The next step of the review and this workshop will look at screening articles once you've completed your comprehensive search.